Hello, everybody, and welcome to our third annual Community Hanukkah Celebration. I would like to start our event by expressing my gratitude that we are able to gather on the shared, unceded, traditional territories of the Squamish Nation and the Lilwat Nation. We are very lucky to live, work, play, and celebrate Hanukkah on these territories. And I'm particularly lucky tonight because I am here in Whistler Public Library with my good friend Ira Pettle. Ira, how are you doing tonight?
Hi Jeanette, and hello everybody. Welcome to the third annual Whistler Hanukkah Party. It's great to be here, and for those of you joining us, welcome. I hope you have a great time. Now, for those of you that don't know what Hanukkah is, who better to explain it than a 90s sitcom icon? Here's Blossom explaining Hanukkah.
Hey Grakites, today we're gonna grok Hanukkah. Hanukkah's a Jewish holiday that happens every winter. Because Jewish people use a lunar calendar as opposed to a solar Gregorian calendar, which most of the world uses, the holiday tends to shift around. But just know that Hanukkah happens in the winter, okay? Okay. This year, Hanukkah starts on my birthday. What? People have a lot of misconceptions about Hanukkah, so here's a little quiz to help you figure it all out. Take the quiz and prepare to impress your Jewish and Gentile friends and family. Number 1. Hanukkah is Jewish Christmas. False! Since Hanukkah tends to fall right around Christmas, a lot of people think that it's the Jewish equivalent of Christmas. And it is a holiday with rituals and traditions, but it's actually not Jewish Christmas. Christmas celebrates Jesus being born in a manger, and because Christians believe that Jesus is the Son of God, it's a huge deal. It's the basis for redemption and salvation for millions of Christians all over the world. Hanukkah is about a group of Jews called the Maccabees defeating the Seleucid army in the 2nd century BCE, and it's detailed in the Apocrypha, not the Old Testament. It's also about a miracle where this oil that was supposed to last for 1 day lasted 8 days, and it's about defeating oppression and religious freedom and believing that what you believe in is worth your life. That's Hanukkah. It's not Jewish Christmas. Number 2, true or false? Hanukkah is a really big deal. False. I mean, it is, but it also isn't, technically speaking. You see, Jewish holidays are divided up into major holidays and minor holidays. Major holidays are things like Passover, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and some other really awesome holidays that you may have never heard of, like Sukkot and Shavuos. On major holidays, we refrain from things like using electricity, driving, writing, or working. But on minor holidays, you can drive, you can write, you can work, you can use electricity, because they're minor holidays. But Hanukkah's still fun, even though it's minor. We love Hanukkah. Woo! Minor holiday. Hanukkah. Number 3, Hanukkah involves tons of presents. 8 nights of presents. Guess what? False. Don't you get presents? You're probably thinking, I know Jews who get presents every night. Why don't you like presents? Everybody likes presents. Why don't you like presents? We like of course we like presents. Everybody likes presents. And a lot of families, you get things like pajamas, calendars, stickers, socks, chocolate coins, dreidels. It's just that Hanukkah is about so much more than the presents. It's about finding light in darkness. It's about facing adversity. It's about fighting for what you believe. It's also about lots of awesome Hanukkah jewelry. What? But mostly it's about those other things. Number 4, Jews eat super unhealthy food for 8 days of Hanukkah. True. Because the story of Hanukkah revolves around oil, we basically eat tons of food fried in oil. Like latkes, or potato pancakes. They're these potato onion fritters, and they're amazingly delicious with sour cream or applesauce, or if you're in my family, ketchup. That's right, we eat them with ketchup, because they're like glorified hash browns. Deal with it. We also eat jelly donuts fried in oil, or you can also make them without jelly, like we do in my family. It's basically an 8-day festival of oily goodness. Yum! Number 5. Jews spin little spinning tops on Hanukkah. Oh, yes, we do. We do. Go dreidel. A dreidel is a 4-sided top that we play with at Hanukkah. And each side represents a letter that makes up a sentence, and it also represents an action that you take in the game of dreidel. It's a lot more fun than it sounds, I promise. The sentence that the dreidel spells is Nes Gadol Haya Sham, which means a great miracle happened there. But if you're in Israel, the dreidels say Nes Gadol Haya Po, which means a great miracle happened here. Dreidel is so much fun that I have an extensive dreidel collection. Number 6, Jews light a menorah on Hanukkah. True. but also not specific enough. So, false. Haha! I gotcha! Menorah is actually the Hebrew word for candelabra. It's a general word. Chanukiah is the specific word for the 8-branched menorah, or candelabra, that we light on Hanukkah. We light one candle every night, increasing the light each night so that by night 8, all 8 candles are lit. And yes, there is a 9th branch called the shamish, which is used to light all the others.
Blossom. Were you a fan?
Oh, I was a huge fan. I mean, I know 6 was like the cool friend, but Blossom spoke to my heart, really, you know. Kind of nerdy, kind of awesome, floppy hats.
How about that video?
Oh, I love it. I love it. But I have to say, I have a favorite part. My favorite part of that video was the food.
The greasiest, most delicious, heart-clogging Jewish food on the market.
They are unreal.
And one of our very own Whistler families is about to teach you how to make them.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody! We're the Greenfelds. I'm Carmel.
I'm Soleil. And
I'm Baba Sandy.
And I'm Zeta Raymond.
Now, today we're talking about Hanukkah and in particular, making latkes. So Zeta, what did you do today to prepare the latkes?
I grated the potatoes to help Baba.
How many potatoes went in, Baba?
Put in 3 potatoes.
3.
Okay.
And
Is
there's the
grater. We added an onion right here.
That's what Baba's doing. How many onions did you use, Baba?
1 onion. 1 onion. And this is really important. You have to drain the potatoes before you put them in.
How do you drain a potato?
In a colander, and you push all the water out of the potato. Because if you don't do that, your latkes will be very soggy. After we drain them, we added to the onions, all the potatoes to the onions.
Oh, you add the potatoes and the onions. You think you can make these later for us?
yeah.
Good.
Now, a few years ago, some mamas decided, I don't want fried, I'm gonna put them in the oven. You can still do them in the oven. I prefer doing them on the frying pan.
Now, we noticed you just added an egg, Baba.
2 eggs,
2 eggs.
maybe 3 if you want. It's a kind of recipe if you add 2 eggs or 3 eggs. It's all gonna be delicious, so don't worry.
And then what do we do?
So we could add this now to the latkes, or you can use flour.
How much flour would we use?
About 1/4 cup. Sprinkle it over. Now we add salt
Ooh.
and pepper.
Okay.
Now this is really important. Your frying pan has to be your oil, and I use avocado oil. You can use vegetable oil, you can use peanut oil, but not olive oil, which is interesting because olive oil is what the days of Hanukkah, the 8 miracle days, but olive oil is not good at a high temperature. Okay, so we have to make sure that the frying pan is very hot. That's another secret. If the oil isn't hot, you're going to get soggy potato latkes.
Yeah, okay, so it's about maybe 3 spoonfuls,
A tablespoon, I think.
and then you mash them down.
Mash them down
Okay. How long per side?
until it gets brown and crispy. I've got a paper towel on a tin foil, on a, what do you call that? A cookie.
Baking sheet?
Yeah.
Here comes the flip. Ooh,
Okay,
that
got
looks
it? Can you see it?
delicious. Yeah.
How do you know when to flip it?
When I see the edges are really turning brown, cooked, then I know it's time to turn it over. The
Can you
frying
see
pan.
the end result of how fried these
Mhm.
look? Doesn't that look good?
Is your mouth watering?
Yeah.
My mom makes the best latkes.
Yeah.
Now it's a team effort, right, Zeta?
Yeah, Zeta
Okay.
and Baba work together.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you put 2 eggs instead of 4 eggs, or a 1/2 cup instead of a 1/4 cup, or 3 potatoes, or it doesn't matter. It all turns out. It's amazing. That's the best thing. It's like a Hanukkah miracle.
Oh my goodness. Those look so good. I can't wait to go home and make some latkes.
Hunger pains. I ate 20 minutes ago, but I'm already having hunger pains for those latkes. So good. All right, folks, it's time for some musical entertainment, some Hanukkah-themed musical entertainment from none other than our very own, a Whistler legend in his own right. Please enjoy Costa Man.
Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Everyone to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Everyone to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago.
Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Love that song.
Oh, so good. Thank you so much, Costa Man. That was awesome. Ira, what do we have coming up next?
I'm very excited. Most of you don't know that I have siblings, and you're about to meet one of them. Hi, everybody. Really excited right now. I would like to formally introduce to everybody my sister, Jody. She is in Toronto right now, coming to us from her office. Is that your office? Mm-hmm. Love the blinds. Jody is a Jewish educator at NCSY in Toronto, and I'm so excited to have some time with you right now to talk about Hanukkah.
Hanukkah in general, the message is light over darkness. In the battle of Hanukkah, right? Light over darkness, the few against the many, love over hate. So those type of messages, I think, really connect always, but I think certainly this year, those messages are more relevant than ever. So those are a few of the things that I'm going to be touching on in my classes.
What's your favorite Hanukkah song?
Probably Ma'ot Tzor.
I don't think I've heard it. How does it go?
So I'm not going to sing, Ira.
First word that comes to mind when you think about Hanukkah. First word.
Light.
First word that comes to mind when you think about light and Hanukkah.
The Jewish people, and that we have a mission to be a light unto the nations. Jews are obsessed with light. We light candles for everything, and Hanukkah is no different. Usually when we're talking about Hanukkah, we're talking about the miracle of the oil and the miracle of the Maccabees defeating the Greek army. So they're both tremendous miracles. But Ira, a lot of people ask me, because I'm in Jewish education, they say, where are all the miracles these days? There were such great miracles in history during Pesach, splitting of the seas, the 10 plagues, revelation at Sinai, all of those miracles. Where are our miracles? So what I want to share with you, Ira, is that the greatest miracle of all is that throughout all of history and everything that the Jewish people have been through, including Hanukkah, the fact that we are still here. And not just that we survive, but that we are thriving, the Jewish people, and how unique we are. It doesn't matter how we celebrate. The fact that there are Jews here still is the greatest miracle of all.
Equally as important is my follow-up question, because it's something that has been tearing at my heartstrings for a very long time. It's pained me, it's kept me up at night. How do you spell Hanukkah?
I know, right? Chanukah.
1K? Only 1K, not 2Ks?
I don't do 2Ks.
Interesting. It says a lot about you.
Thank you.
With the pandemic, you know, a lot of people will be celebrating Hanukkah differently this year, I imagine. There won't be big, huge family gatherings. What can we do to maintain the light?
So, Ira, the mitzvah of Hanukkah, actually, the only mitzvah is lighting the candles, but it also is to publicize the mitzvah of lighting the candles, which means that we're supposed to light the menorah in a window where people can see. So not on your kitchen table. We do it in our dining room, actually our living room, right by the big bay window. Open it up and light all the menorahs. And so it's that, to share the light, really. And I think, going back to my same point, that's our job. Share the light. And you know, you have the shamash, that helper candle that lights all the other lights. That's also our job, to each of us, to be a shamash to someone else, to light someone else's life up in the best way we can.
If you have a big menorah, are you potentially compensating for something?
You'll have to ask your brother-in-law.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jody. It was a pleasure hanging out with you. Send my love to the family. And for those of you that want to follow my sister's work, you can look her up on Facebook and Instagram. Bye, sis.
Bye.
All right, Jeanette, it's your turn. Are you ready to spin?
Yes, I am. I'm ready to take the plunge here. All right. Wish me luck.
Ooh, nice spin.
Ooh.
Gimbal? That's the whole pot.
Yes.
Nicely done.
Dreidel champion right here. Well, I hope everybody has a chance to play some dreidel at home during Hanukkah this year. Now, I know that we aren't able to gather together for the party this year. I know, Ira and I miss you guys a lot. But I am happy to report that there are a lot of Whistlerites out there who are hoping that you have a very happy Hanukkah. Let's hear from them now.
I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay. When it's dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Happy Hanukkah!
On behalf of the Whistler Chamber, our members, our team, and myself, Happy Hanukkah.
Hello everyone, Happy Hanukkah from me, Wilma. And remember, in these darker days, the light is seen more bright.
From the Point Artist Run Center at Alta Lake, we'd like to wish the Jewish community of Whistler a happy Hanukkah with lots of light, latkes, and dreidels.
Hi there, Whistler. My name's Aubrey. I just wanted to wish everyone a very happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah from Drew and Uriel. wishing everybody love and light during this magical Hanukkah season.
Wishing all of those in our community celebrating
and inspiring Hanukkah from all of us at the Whistler grocery store. Happy Hanukkah.
חג שמח לכל Whistler ומלא באור and full of light to all of Whistler.
This is Andrew Bacon with Whistler Live. That's right, bacon, kosher bacon. I just want to wish each and every one of you a happy Hanukkah.
Our food security team here at Whistler Community Services would like to wish happy Hanukkah for those who are celebrating. We hope you have a great holiday.
Hello Whistler, I wanted to wish you a happy Hanukkah this season. All the best.
From our family to yours, have a happy, healthy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yes.
Woo!
Happy
Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah from the Whistler Arts community.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah.
On behalf of all of us here at Local Whistler Events and Communications, I'd like to extend our most sincere wishes for a safe and happy Hanukkah for you and your loved ones.
Happy Hanukkah, Whistler.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah from the Swerdlofts.
And from Whistler Live.
Happy Hanukkah.
Hi, I'm Blair Kaplan Venables, and I just want to say Chag Sameach and Happy Hanukkah from my family to yours.
Hi everyone, Happy Hanukkah! I hope we all get to enjoy some delicious potato latkes this holiday season.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone!
Happy Hanukkah! Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season.
Happy Hanukkah!
Happy Hanukkah from all of us at
the Whistler Rabbit
and Combo Camps.
Woo! Hanukkah Sameach, everyone!
Happy Hanukkah!
Happy Hanukkah!
Happy Hanukkah, everybody! Eat lots of latkes!
I had a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, my dreidel I will play.
I had a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, my dreidel I shall play.
I want to wish you a very happy Hanukkah. Chag Sameach.
Wasn't that beautiful, Ira? Oh, I mean, almost as beautiful as that sweater you're wearing.
Thank you. Thank you. It is as uncomfortable as it looks. But on Hanukkah, it's all about commitment. And speaking of commitment, I sat down with a wonderful man, a rabbi named Rabbi Shmulik, and we had a beautiful chat about Hanukkah. Please enjoy.
Practically speaking, we need to make sure we have the menorah ready, the candles. Alternatively, you can use oil, olive oils for the menorah, the dreidel, latkes, donuts, whatever you like to do, just to be prepared for it. But on a mystical level, what Hanukkah represents is the concept of defeating darkness. The way Judaism looks at life, we're sent down to earth to deal with daily challenges, some of them considered to be darkness, evil. You struggle with it, but we have a great tool. And the great tool is my own candle, my own neshama, my own soul. The physical body is just a vessel, but we have the candle inside of each one of us that can defeat any darkness. When you go inside to a dark room and you light a small candle, suddenly you can see what's happening in this room. It pushes away darkness, defeat darkness. Darkness disappears. Many times we look at darkness and we give up. It's too hard, too difficult. We like to quit often in life and say, let somebody else do it. Judaism says we need to look into ourselves, intimacy. And when you look into yourself, what you find is your own neshama, your own candle. as the verse says, Ner Hashem Nishmat Adam, the soul of man compared to a candle. Just like a candle can defeat darkness, each one of us can do the same. We can defeat darkness. And we can do we can do so much every day in our life if we utilize our time properly and believing in ourselves. And that takes me to the Chanukah story. What was unique about the Maccabees defeating the Greeks? The Greeks was a mighty army, very powerful army. They dominated the world at the time. But when you have a group of people dedicated, the word Chanukah stands for dedication. When you have a group of people who are dedicated to finish the task, to defeat darkness, no one can stop them. They have the conviction that we stand for, we have values, we have core of ethics and values, that this is who we are, and we're not willing to compromise them because some people want us to just let them go. And they were able to overcome the Greeks. They come to the temple. They see a little bit of oil, not enough to light the menorah. So most people will give up and say, sorry, we can't do it. There's not enough oil. But they said, no, we will try. We'll light this little bit of oil. Let's just do something.
Right.
And this oil lasts for 8 days. So the miracle is not just the fact that the oil was enough for 8 days. The miracle of humanity is that when you don't give up, when you do your best, when you go forward, no matter what. And this is, for me, the message of Chanukah. So the Chanukah to prepare is physically, yes. Practically speaking, you got to get the menorah, you got to get the candles, you got to get the menu, you got to invite some people on Zoom these days, I guess. Invite people on Zoom to come to a nice festival of light. But it's very easy to light the menorah. It's a little bit more difficult to light the menorah inside of each one of us. That's a little bit more difficult. But like everything in Judaism, you begin with something very tangible, physical, and then you elevate it to be more spiritual, more mystical. Most people wasting their time on things that they're not in control of. Judaism tells us, don't spend your time on things that are not in your control. But you need to spend your time and effort of improving the reality, improving your own current situation. So the fact that we have this COVID-19 situation and people are more isolated, the fact that we are not together, and Chanukah was a holiday that when we light the menorah, it's very romantic, closeness, bring people together, close to each other, right? We gaze at the menorah together as a family and friends, and we discuss the idea of menorah. It's all great, but this year, we can find the menorah internally. Many times, we focus on the community, on other people, to help us to create the ambience for Shabbat, to help us to create the ambience for the Yamim Tovim, for the holidays, for Passover, for Chanukah. This year, we're forced to find it in each one of us internally. We cannot rely on other people to make the Chanukah the best Chanukah for us. We cannot go to a big Chanukah event, party, celebration, and just being basically brought into it. Now, this year, you need to work on yourself to feel Chanukah.
Amen.
And when you do that, the outcomes is greater. It's more difficult.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, you say, wow, I made it. I'm in Chanukah. Chanukah is me. I'm a candle. And it's not just the community Chanukah event that we all come together as a group of people, which is very good. We need the vibe, the energy in the room of different people celebrating together. But next year's Chanukah will be more rich, more powerful. Because after we're doing it internally in our own house, with our immediate friends and families, and we do it together, we do it more in deep and more internalizing the message of Chanukah. We're becoming Chanukah.
Yeah.
Embody the concept of Chanukah.
Beautiful.
Then next year will be more powerful. As I mentioned before, Chanukah is a holiday of dedication, but to be dedicated to ourselves and to our family and friends. But the truth is, we have a mission to carry out. Each one of us has a mission to carry out in this world. Each one of us is unique candle. This candle that we have is able to illuminate every dark situation and bring inspiration everywhere you go. The problem is that many times we are not aware of it. So when it comes Chanukah this year, try to meditate and focus on your own candle. What are the tools and your skills that God has given you? And how can you take this candle, the talent, the skills that God gave you, and change the world? Every person is a small world. You can impact and influence one person, or two, or three, or four, or five. That's good enough. If each one of us will do it, we'll live in a better world.
Thank you. Rabbi Shmulek, I really appreciate your time. Those were beautiful words that we all appreciate. And for those of you that would like to learn more or get in touch with the Rabbi, he can be reached through thekolel.com. Happy Hanukkah, Rabbi. Thank you so much.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi. That was beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's now time to light our Hanukkah candles. Jeanette, are you ready?
I'm ready.
We'll don my kippah.
Here we go.
As we sing together, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Amen.
That was beautiful. Happy Hanukkah, Ira.
Happy Hanukkah, Jeanette. And happy Hanukkah to everybody in Whistler and Canada and around the world. If you're coming to us, we really appreciate you being here, and we want to wish you a happy Hanukkah. Thank you so much to the Whistler Public Library. Jeanette, this was amazing.
Thanks, Ira. Thank you for hosting again this year. And I'll look forward to seeing you next year for our 4th annual Hanukkah celebration.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Happy Hanukkah.
Shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Oh,